Good morning, students. I welcome all of you in my English grammar class today. So, we have been reading subject verb agreement. We have learned that the subject must agree with the verb must agree with its subject. A singular subject must take a singular verb and a plural subject must take a plural verb. So, we have learned this much. We have also learned some of the rules with some examples. Today we will learn some more rules. Okay, so let us start. So the verb is singular if the sentence begins with each, every, everybody, anybody, nobody, everyone, anyone, someone, no one, everyone, anyone, and somebody. Okay. For example, each of the girls has long hair. So here, each, the sentence starts with each. I told you whenever there will be each, everybody, these words, then you have to write the verbs as the singular verbs. The verbs will be singular, okay? Singular in number. So each of the girls has long hair. The verb is also singular if the sentence begins with much, a little. For example, much of this topic has already been discussed. So here the sentence starts with much. So that is why we will see here singular verb will follow. Okay. So much of this topic has already been discussed. So singular verb will follow. Now the verb is plural if the sentence begins with many, a few, several, or both. For example, a few of my friends are joining me at the camp. Here you can see a few. So the sentence begins with a few. So that is why it is singular subject. We will look at the subject as singular subject. Okay. So if you think of it as singular subject, then you will be wrong. So because I told you, wherever the sentence starts with many, a few, several, both, there you have to write the verb as plural. Okay. So that is why in this sentence, a few of my friends, here it will serve as the plural subject, A few of my friends are. So plural verb will follow after that. Are joining me at the camp. So joining me at the camp, it is a phrase and you should look at the subject. The subject will be plural. So that is why plural verb will follow after that. In page number 217, you can see right now that when the subject, this point I have already discussed, but again I am discussing with you so that you can understand it better. When the subject joined by or nor a different person, that means one is singular and another is plural. Okay, then the subject will agree to the verb nearest to it. For example, either he or I am mistaken. So he and I. Okay, the sentence is joined by or. So I is the subject which is closer to the verb. So that is why I am mistaken. You cannot write here he is. Okay, is you cannot write over here. Next, either you or he is mistaken. So either you or he is, after he is, because this is the nearest subject. So the verb will follow the nearest subject. Okay. Neither she nor you are to blame. So you, after you cannot write is or am. Okay. So are, you are to blame. Next, neither my friend nor I am to blame. I, it is the nearest verb, nearest subject. So that is why I am. But it is always better to avoid such constructions like he is not to blame, nor are you. He is mistaken, or else I am. Sometimes you just need to identify the subject. For example, look at page number 218, the next page. Often quite wrongly, the verb is made to agree with the number with a noun near to it instead of the proper subject. So you need to at first understand what is the subject. For example, read the first sentence. The quality of the apples was good, not were. Maybe you are having in your mind the question is appearing that apples, the word apples is there. Then why we are not writing were? Why you are not writing plural verb? Because the subject is the quality, not the apples. So the quality of the apples, the quality you are mentioning quality as a subject, so quality of the apples was very good. His knowledge of Indian languages, so you are referring the subject is his knowledge is the subject, so that is why his knowledge of Indian language was very good. Okay, you cannot write over here plural verb, you cannot write because the subject here is singular. You have to identify, students have to identify the subject. Okay, the subject here is his knowledge. Next, each one of these houses. So I told you wherever there will be the word each, then we have to write the singular verb. Okay, each one of these houses is to let. Next, one of the boys. This sentence easily you can write the incorrect one. Please remember that the subject is one. Okay, it is the subject. One of the boys. Boys is not the subject. One. Okay, so one of the boys was, not were, absent yesterday. Okay, come to the next point. When the subject is taken as the whole in plural in meaning, the plural verb should be used. Like a lot of trees, a lot, that means many. Okay, many, or it means as a whole, so that is why plural verb will follow. A lot of trees have been cut. Next, a large number of students, a large, many, you are referring to many students, plural, so that is why plural verb is followed after that. A large number of students have failed. The majority of voters are illiterate. The majority of the voters. Here is also the subject is taken as a plural subject. Okay, so that is why plural verb will follow. More than 12 boys have complained against him. So how many boys have complained? More than 12 boys. Plural in number, so that is why have. Okay, come to the next point. Number 13. If the sentence, in a sentence, two subjects are joined with these words like together with, in addition to, accompanied by, as well as, etc., then you have to remember that you should be following the subject which is nearest to the second noun. That means the captain with all his soldiers. The captain is the first subject. Soldiers, these are two nouns, first and second. So you have to remember the first subject you should follow. The captain was killed. The captain was killed. Okay, with all his soldiers, this is acting as a phrase. Okay, students, so you have to remember the subject is actually the captain. So the captain was killed with all his soldiers. Okay, so the captain was killed. The first subject you have to follow. Next, the principal together with all his staff was present. So the actual subject is the principal was present. This is the actual subject. So together with his staff, that is acting as here as a phrase. Okay, next, so the singular verb will follow. Next, The house, in addition to its contents, was sold. The house is a subject over here. So, was sold, not were sold. You cannot write were sold, was sold. The boys, accompanied by their teacher. See, here teacher is singular. Still, here you have written are. Why? Because the subject actually is the boys. Okay, students? The subject actually is the boys. So, the boys accompanied by their teacher are going. So, the boys are going for a picnic. It is the actual sentence. Okay? You have to understand. Next, last sentence. They as well as I are tired of the work. So, they as well as I. So, they are tired of the work. It is the actual sentence. They are tired of the work. They. It is plural in number. So, the verb will be also plural in number as the sentence is joined with as well as. So, as well as, accompanied by, in addition to, together with, if all this sentence, all these words are there in a sentence and these are joined by singular plus plural subjects, then the first, okay, first verb, the first subject, according to the first subject of the sentence, the verb will follow. The verb will follow the first subject. Okay. Now in your book, come to the next point. The following words must be followed by a singular verb. Each, either, neither, everyone, anyone, no one, someone, anybody, somebody, everybody, many. Okay. So these are the some of the words I have already discussed with you. Still, I am referring these examples from your book for your better understanding. Okay. So each of the sisters sings well. Each. After each, the singular verb. Okay. Sings. Either or either of the two players has played. So has, singular verb will follow. Neither of the two men was very strong. Was, singular verb. Everyone knows the secret now. Knows. After everyone, always you have to write the singular verb. Singular verb will follow. So everyone knows. Then everyone is third person singular number. So that is why after know, after main verb s, okay, is added over here. Next, any one of the two is expected today. Is expected. Next, no one wants to be unhappy. So after no one also singular verb. So that is why no one acts as a third person singular number. So wants. Next, one of my pens is lost. I have already given this example, student. One of the apple. One of the apples is rotten. One is the actual verb over here. Subject over here. So one of my pens is lost. Someone has done this mischief. Singular verb. Anyone who comes here will be welcomed. Who comes, singular verb. Okay. Anybody who wants to go to picnic should give their names to the monitor. So anybody, after anybody also singular verb. So that is why wants. Somebody has stolen. After somebody also has. You cannot write plural. Have you cannot write. Okay. Next, everybody is interested in taking part in the competition. So everybody is. Many a plant has died. Many a plant have died is wrong. Okay. So has died. Come to the next rule. So here in number 15, when the two nouns which are joined by each or every, then singular verb will follow. For example, every boy and every girl was given, not were. Okay, singular verb. Each officer and each clerk of his office, of this office, is corrupt. Each and every. Every and every, also singular verb. each and every also singular verb, and every is also singular verb. Okay, every man, woman and child was happy. Come to the next rule. Number 16. So none, the word none, sometimes it can be used as singular, sometimes it can be also used as the plural sense. Okay, when the singular or plural equally well expressed in the sense, the plural is commonly used. For example, none but fools. So after fools, have. None but fools have believed it. Next, none of these poems. So poems plural, so are. None of these words plural are. None are so deaf as those who will not hear. None are, because those here is also plural, so that is why none are. Cows are the gentlest of creatures. None show more tenderness. So here cows, it is the subjects. So that is why it is plural in number. So after that, after none, we have also written plural number, show. Okay, it is not singular. So that is why we have not added here s. Shows is not written over here. Okay. Come to the next example. The following words also always take a plural verb. For example, both, few, a few, many, several. These also I have explained to you. Again I am telling, both of these guests have come late, as both is there, so that is by plural. A few of these houses are still vacant. Many were called out, but few were chosen. Several girls were absent. So several, many, a few, both. After these words, we have to write plural verbs. Okay. Next, look at number 18. Much and a little takes a singular verb. This also I have explained to you. Again I am giving examples from your book. Much has already been said. Much has. Only a little work has been completed. Has, a little and much. After these two words, we have to write singular verbs. Okay. Next, number 19. All, most, none, some. If after these words there are countable, you have to look at the noun. If it is countable noun, if it is written in countable noun or uncountable noun. Okay. If it is written in countable noun, then the plural verb. And if it is written in uncountable noun, then the singular verb. For example, is there any food left? All has been eaten. So food is uncountable noun. So that is why singular verb will follow after that. All has been. Okay. 60 boys. Boys. It is countable noun. Countable noun means you can count. You can count boys. So that is why plural. Okay. Most of the money. Money here is as uncountable noun. So that is why has. Next, most of the boys have gone. Boys also countable noun. So that is why have. Okay. Now let us look at the next page, which is your page number 222. Rule number 20. So after a collective noun, after the collective noun, it can take a singular verb when the collection is thought of as one whole. Plural verb it can also take if the individual members of the group are mentioned over here. Then you have to understand the meaning of the sentence. Okay. According to the meaning of the sentence, you can write the singular verb or you can write the plural verb. The crew was large. So crew as a whole, it has been mentioned. So that is why the crew was large. Singular verb will follow after that. Next, the crew were taken prisoners. So all the members of the crew one by one is taken. So all, I am referring to each and every person. Okay, these are not referred as a group. So that is why plural in number. The crew were taken as prisoners. So you have to understand the meaning, student, over here. Then you have to write in this collective noun. So the committee has issued its report. The committee as a group, it has been mentioned. As a whole, it has been mentioned. So that is why singular verb will follow. Next, the committee are invited in their opinion. So committee here mentions to the each and every member of the committee. Each and every member of the committee are expressed over here. So that is why the member of the committee is as mentioned. So that is why the committee are invited in their opinion. Come to the next rule, number 21. If in a sentence the name of a book, organization or a country has been mentioned, then singular verb will follow. Though the noun can be plural in number, still you have to write the singular verbs. Okay, for example, the Arabian Nights. Maybe you are thinking nights, it is plural, so that is why are. No, the Arabian Nights is a book, is a name of a book. So that is why the answer is. Okay, it is, you have to write the singular verb after that. Okay, students. So the Arabian Nights is still a great favorite. Gulliver's Travels was written by Jonathan Swift. Gulliver's Travels is another favorite book by the children, by all of us. So Gulliver's Travels is the name of a book. Okay, so it is the name of a book, so that is why was. You cannot write over here where. Okay, next, Plutarch's Lives is an interesting book. It is also name of a book, so that is why after that is singular verb. The United States has a big navy. United States doesn't mean many states. United States of America it is referring to. So that is why United States has a big navy. Now come to the next rule. When the phrases express an amount, a quantity, a period of time, or a unit of distance, it takes a singular verb. For example, 3 parts of the work has been finished. 3 parts of the work. Okay. Next, 50,000 rupees is a big sum. Are a big sum? No, as a whole you are mentioning. You are mentioning it as a whole. So that is why singular verb will follow. 6 miles is a long distance. 6 miles are a long distance. You cannot say. Okay. Now come to the last point. Number 23. Some nouns which are plural in form but singular in meaning take a singular verb. For example, the news is true, and the news are true you cannot say. The news is true. Politics was a business in his business of his life. Politics. Okay, it is also used as a singular subject. Mathematics is a difficult subject. Mathematics are you cannot say. Mathematics is a difficult subject. The wages of sin is death. Here is also wages of sin refers to the singular meaning. So that is why the meaning is singular. So that is why singular verb will follow after that. So that is why the wages of sin is death. So I hope students that you have understood subject verb agreement quite well. Thank you students for watching.